Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Happy Father's Day to each and every father out there. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their day. Nothing is better than Father's Day. I love enjoying it. I'm a proud father myself. Love my baby. I call her my baby girl now. She's old. She's like a teenager. But happy Father's Day again to all the fathers out there. Enjoy your day. Celebrate. Drink some good bourbon and have fun. But I also want to say real quick, again, huge shout out to everyone out there who has subscribed to the channel. I recently crossed over the 3,000 mark, so I appreciate everyone out there. Thank you for all the love, the support, the commentary. I mean, honestly, I do appreciate everything. So thank you, everyone out there, again, who has subscribed to the channel, and thank you for helping me to get across that 3,000 mark. So today's episode is dedicated to my man Brooks, a good friend of mine who lives out in the state of Washington. I'm going back a couple of years, but he calls me, he's like, hey, I know you love bourbon. He's like, you need to check out this company called Woodinville. And I'm like, Woodin who? He's like, Woodinville, small craft distillery. They're located like 5 miles from my house. He's like, Bourbon Judge, check it out. You won't be disappointed. So I found a bottle of their small batch. Cheap, very reasonable, $40 bottle. I think it's like 90 proof. And let's just say I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first bottle. I enjoyed the second bottle. And I'm actually out of the third bottle. I don't even have the small batch anymore. But I picked up a few of Woodinville's friends, some of the other ones that they make. And I was like, let me go ahead and just do a review of Woodinville as a whole. Let everyone out there kind of know what Woodinville is all about. All right. But before we get started, I need 3 favors. Number 1, drop me a comment. It doesn't be right now. It could be later in the episode. As I always say, nothing is better than going back and forth and enjoying some good bourbon with friends. Number 2, please hit the like button. And please hit the big ass subscribe button. Hit subscribe. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pour this because it's been a long day. It's been a fun day. But what do we know about Woodinville? So 2 gentlemen by the name of Orlin and Brett started Woodinville up out of the state of Washington. So not Washington, D.C., folks. The state of Washington. Yes, they do make bourbon outside of Kentucky. So 2 friends started up Woodinville Whiskey Company out of the state of Washington. Again, so what do they make? They have a small batch. They have a rye. They have this port here, the port cask. And then they have the barrel proof. Now, I will say the barrel proof, you can only find it either at the distillery, or they are starting to, let's call it, have, where they work with like local liquor stores and there's like private barrels that you can get. So I got this bottle when I was traveling a couple weeks ago to Kentucky. But I know my buddy Brian from North Carolina, Beginning Bourbon, he had a bottle from his local place as well. So a lot of different small liquor stores in different states are picking up the cask strength version. But for the most part, when you walk into a store, you can be pretty certain that you're going to find at least the small batch, if not the port as well, right? That's that. But when you think about Woodinville, so how do they get their start? What are they all about? So they actually end up working with the late Dave Pickerell. If you know bourbon, you know everything about the late Dave Pickerell. So Dave Pickerell helped hit Hill Rock. He obviously was the master distiller at Maker's Mark. Gosh, his presence was known all over the bourbon industry. So again, the late Dave Pickerell really helped Woodinville and these 2 gentlemen, Orlin and Brett, to really kind of find their place in the bourbon world. Taught them everything that they know. And now they're working very closely with local farmers in the state of Washington. So all of their grains, their corn, their rye, their malted barley, all sourced from the state of Washington as well, right? So everything from the state of Washington. And they're distilling there, they're aging it, they're bottling it. Everything is happening at Woodinville Distillery. It's all about Woodinville, as they say. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and give Woodinville some love just to see, I know the small batch was good, but how good are their other products? Let's just make sure because, I got to keep it real with everyone out there. You guys know, after that last episode with Elijah Craig, I got to keep it real. So there's no easy going on Woodinville Barrel Proof today. Let's just be clear. You're in the courtroom, baby. All right. So I will say, from a mash bill standpoint, they typically use, I think it's 72% corn, 22% rye, and 6% malted barley. And then for the age, as of right now, because they are a younger distillery, the majority of the bourbon is aged about 5.5 years. If I had my guess, like any other distillery, after you've been aging some bourbon for a long time, I'm sure they'll put out an 8-year-old bourbon, a 10-year bourbon or rye, and so forth, right? I mean, the age statements, everyone's doing it, so I'm sure down the road they will do it too. But again, they're newer, so that's the reason, that's the reason why right now they technically do not have a true age statement, but it's said to be about 5 years. All right, this is nice. So I think I said the small batch is 90 proof. The port is 90 proof. They have a rye as well. And again, if you are fortunate to find the barrel strength, obviously it's a single barrel for now. And my version, I should say, is 120.68 proof. Let me let you see that bottle real quick. There's the front, there's the side, both sides, and finally the back. All right, let's go ahead and get into this nose real quick. Let's see what this bad boy is all about. I dumped a little, very tiny neck pour in my infinity bottle just to let this bad boy open up a little bit, let it breathe. All right, let's get into this nose. So, it's kind of hard for me to say that they're still a craft distillery because, I mean, gosh, they've been winning awards. They won, I think it was like a double gold at the San Fran 2020 Spirits competition. And I've seen them in at least 15 states, right? Yeah. Because I mean, I travel quite often for bourbon. Hey, it's a hobby, right? And I've seen them in at least 15 states. So it's kind of hard to say they're a craft distillery because their stuff is in a lot of different states now. I mean, it's becoming easier and easier to find, which is a good thing, which is not bad. Folks, this nose, holy shit. Damn. Oh my gosh. This nose is so lovely. This is 3 things and 3 things only. I'm going to make this easy for you in the nose. Number 1, you have caramel. Number 2, you get a little bit of oak. Oak and a little pep. Let's call it a peppery oak, right? A little bit of a spicy oak. But the number 3 thing that is just screaming, this is a honey bourbon. I'm telling you, all I actually smell, for the most part, a little bit of the caramel, a little bit of the oak from the aging process, and a little bit like that pepper, right? I guess it's kind of like 4, but you get my drift. But this screams honey. Oh my gosh. No fruit in here, no apples, no pears, none of that. This is truly just a very, I don't want to say simple, but a very traditional bourbon. But not a lot of like leather either. This is truly more of like a caramel and very honey forward bourbon. But damn, that nose is damn nice. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is nice. 5-year-old bourbon, huh? Oh, I should say the price. I didn't tell you guys the price. So the normal small batch is $40, like I said earlier. This version, because it is a barrel proof, we all know barrel proof is going to cost a little bit more because they're not diluting, they're not adding any water, right? So I got this one for about $70, and I think even my buddy Brian told me he got it in North Carolina for like his barrel proof version for like $65 or $70. So very reasonable, I will say that, which is cool. All right, folks, it's been a long day, a great day. Peace, cheers, salute. Again, I appreciate everyone out there. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Everything is about all of you guys. I love sharing, great times and great bourbons with all of you. Cheers. Wow. That is different. Okay. This is very interesting. Wow, very interesting. So, if you recall, in the nose, I had a ton of caramel, but a bombshell worth of honey and a little bit of like oak and pepper. In the palate, let me a little bit more just to make sure. Oh wow. Damn. In the palate, all of that was there. It also, like in the palate, it all came through from the nose. So the nose transferred to the palate. But one major difference in the palate. In the palate, I picked up a ton of like, almost like a like a very like a blackberry and blueberries, like a ton of berries came in the palate, almost like a wine finish almost in the palate. But it's not. This is just your standard, truly single barrel, private select barrel proof. This is not a wine finish, but it has almost like a grape wine finish at the in the palate, and the finish was extremely long, nice and bold, and like as the Bourbon Judge would say, solid as a rock. That I can't even wait. That is a buy, folks. I'm telling you, I am. Maybe one of the best things my man Brooks has did for me was to put me onto Woodinville. I'm telling you, you will love this. I haven't opened the port yet, so I can't say you'll like this one, but I'm pretty confident because I love the small batch, right? I love the small batch. I love this bad boy here, the barrel proof. Woodinville is here to stay. Folks, if you find it, grab a bottle. I guarantee you'll like it. If not, love it. Hey, I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace, cheers, salute. Later.